Ghost Wolf here, and back with another video. And today will be a reaction video. So there's no updates for my channel till next week. I don't know what's the future on this video is, but I'll figure it out. But let's go. Today we'll be reacting to Furry convention as to Howl out social bans from Finn the Panther. So let's do a reaction video on this. After
the gods will bless us, won't they?
Alright, so I don't think it'll come as...
Hold on. Yep, you guys can see me. I'm recording. Well, I am recording. I was gonna say, oh, we're going recording on live, but this should be a premiere video. I'll be going live on this video. I think I went live before. Yes, I have. But let's go. Hopefully you guys should enjoy this. I started with reacting to Ben the Panther's video here. And let's go.
any surprise to anyone when I say that I love furry conventions. I've gone to a bunch now all over the world, and in my experience, they are a much better representation of what this fandom is all about than anything you can find online. But as much as I love them, there are a lot of people in the fandom who may be hesitant to go to one. For some, it could be the cost. For others, it could be getting the time off from work or school. But for a lot of furries, conventions can seem like a very intimidating experience for them socially. I mean, think about it. It's a bunch of people that you don't know all in the same space who are all looking to socialize, which may seem like a nightmare scenario if you're someone who needs to manage their social experiences. That being said, as someone who also likes to manage their social experiences at cons, I might have something for you that can make doing that a whole lot easier. They're right down here. Oh no, they got stuck on something. Oh, there you go. Here they are. Yep, it's literally these three small bands. These are called social animal bands, and they're made by my good friends at Howl, who were kind enough to send these out for me for free to make a video about. And while these bands themselves have a lot of great qualities to them, as we'll get into later, I think they do a great job helping furries manage their social experience at furry conventions, something that is bigger than these things themselves. So let's talk about what these social bands do and why they are one of, if not the most important accessories you can wear while attending a furry convention. I'm going to set them right here for now. So we've talked about why furry conventions and the furry fandom in general.
Hold on, everyone. I'll be back. But before, I do have an update too for this channel. But I'll be back. Oh right, I'm back. Before we get into this video, I do have an update. Next month, I'm planning on buying my partial full suit, which is the head, the hand polish, feet polish, and the tail. Next month if I do, I will post an update. Till then, that's just an update for now. And let's get back to it. Back to the video.
Can be intimidating for those still working on their social skills. A very large part of being a furry is interacting with other furries, either online or in person at places like conventions. It's what makes this fandom so special. If you ask any random furry what their favorite part about being a furry is, I bet good money that a majority of them would say it's the friends that they've made in this fandom. Now, there are many ways to make friends in this fandom, and many of them involved interacting with people specifically online. And while technology has brought us closer than ever, there's still nothing that beats meeting and hanging out with people in person. It's just part of being human. This is what makes furry conventions so attractive for so many people in this fandom. It's a centralized time and place that's designed to meet other furries in person. But that premise that we just said, conventions being a centralized time and place to meet other people, can sound really intimidating for those who are still working on their social skills. It's like if you were playing a sport like basketball and you were thrown into a game while still learning how to dribble with your offhand. Not only would you not last very long since you'll be very easy to guard, but the negative experience of trying to play a game like basketball without a solid grasp of the fundamentals might taint your view of basketball as a whole, which might make you give up the sport entirely. Plus, basketball players tend to be a very vocal group, and it's not fun being embarrassed in front of everyone you're playing with because you can't dribble with your offhand. If you play basketball, you know, having someone scream, "He has no left," is not fun. The same idea goes with furry conventions. If someone comes up to you and tries to talk with you while you're not ready or comfortable to do so yet, that can make things really awkward. So much so that it might ruin an entire convention for you and make you drop the idea of ever coming back to one. However, unlike a real basketball game, it is more than acceptable to communicate how comfortable you are with doing something that you're either still working on or can only do so much of at a time. Especially when it comes to conventions, managing your social experience can make or break how that con and your enthusiasm to go to future cons goes for you. But how do you communicate how you're feeling socially? Well, there are a couple of ways. You can always just tell people when they try to approach and talk to you, though that can be a bit tricky to do in real time. Let's just say you're not feeling like talking to anyone and just want to people, or in this case, animal watch during a con. If someone approaches you for a conversation, you basically now have to shut them down before the conversation even starts, which might unintentionally come off as rude or standoffish, even if you didn't mean it and just needed some time for yourself for a little bit. Now, if that's something you're comfortable with doing, then by all means, power to you. But for many people in this fandom, that's something they'd rather not deal with. So another solution that has been gaining popularity recently is something like these social animal tags. Some are shaped like these that you can attach to a bag or a belt loop, and some are more shaped to be attached to a badge, but they all incorporate some sort of visual indication that corresponds to how you are currently feeling socially. And you don't have to think too hard about it, the colors mean more or less what you think they mean. If I'm on green, that means I am open to social interaction. You can come up and say hi to me, and I'm willing to practice my social skills with you at this time. Now, I do want to clarify that this doesn't mean that I'm all of a sudden extroverted and am actively looking for conversations to start. In fact, I may still be working on that side of my social skills and might not be comfortable initializing a topic to talk about. But I am still willing to try, and if you got something that you want to talk about, I'm in the mood to discuss it with you. Now, if I'm on yellow, you can basically think of that as I'm not really free to talk right now. This middle ground can mean different things to different people, but for many furries, it means they might be a little socially anxious at the moment, and they're only open to talking to people that they already know. So if you're my friend, you can still come up and check in on me. But for everyone else, for whatever reason that I don't need to justify, I'm just not in the conversing mood at the moment. As for me, I usually like to be on yellow during nights at conventions when I'm not drained physically, but I might be socially, and may just want to relax and watch everyone go about their con. But if one of my friends isn't busy and wants to chill for a little bit, I can make some light conversation for the time being. Finally, if I'm on red, that's a pretty hard no for anyone to talk with me. Basically, unless I go out of my way to approach you for a conversation, I am not open to being speaking with right now. And again, there's no justification that's needed for this, though I will say when I'm on red, most of the time it's because I need to get somewhere quickly. This could be the headless lounge if I'm in suit, or back to my room if I'm just exhausted. In fact, I think I'm going to get a good amount of use of this at this upcoming Anthrocon, where I'm staying at a hotel that has a shuttle to and from the convention center, and if I'm in suit, I don't want to be missing those shuttles. Again, there's going to be some wiggle room and nuance amongst these three, but for the most part, that's what these flags mean. You could get something like this at most cons now, but I like Howlout's rendition of them in particular. For starters, you could get them before a convention and don't have to worry about if the con that's providing them might run out or not. Secondly, these things are pretty large and pretty bright, which makes them easy to spot even from a decent distance away. And finally, they're really well made and pretty durable, which in turn will make them last a lot longer than the thin plastic or paper that some cons will mass produce for everyone. So you can bring these with you for multiple cons throughout the year. They're the ones that I've started using, and because of those three reasons, I think they are the best implementation of this idea, because they are good at communicating their meaning very quickly. And that's pretty important, because whether you get these or social badges from somewhere else, their whole job is to communicate your social status as quickly as possible. The whole point of these is to place them somewhere on your body that's in the field of view of anyone looking to approach you, allowing them to see and understand pretty instantly how social you're currently feeling. What this does is cut down on the amount of awkward social interactions that may come around by a miscommunication of how social you're currently feeling. Now, instead of just guessing and hoping for the best, someone can base their decision on how to go about interacting.
This is a good video he made.
Acting with you without even speaking to you in the first place. With that in mind, it's not just the wearer that benefits from these. These things also help the person who may not need them and are social all the time, but it allows them to be a lot more respectful of everyone else's boundaries without doing any extra trial and error. All they have to do is look out for these badges and can either continue to engage with someone or immediately move on to the next person. What this also does on top of all of that is that it also lets everyone know that your decision on how social you're currently or not currently feeling isn't personal. One of the risks you run with people, especially in this fandom, is that your rejection of an invitation to chat might come off as a personal strike against a singular person, which can lead to unwanted hurt feelings and drama and canceling and all the other stuff that this fandom knows how to do a little too well. But these badges basically put everyone on a level playing field, and everyone knows that it's not just them that you may or may not want to talk to. It's everyone. So the chances of a misunderstanding like that coming up go down very significantly. In fact, these types of things are so good at communicating how someone is feeling that we're actually starting to see an entire ecosystem of these types of badges pop up, indicating different things. And while those are all great and I love seeing innovation in that space, for me and for I think a majority of furries, these three are all that you need. One of the downsides of those other badges that are signifying other things about how you're feeling is that they end up having a lot of text on them, which brings me back to the Howl Out badges. One of the things that I actually really like a lot about them is that it's really just the color and a little bit of Howl Out branding and design that is depicted on here. Nothing else. That way someone doesn't have to come up to me and look at me up and down trying to read all of what my badges are indicating. It's just a simple, yep, I'm social, I'm just open to friends right now, and nope, don't talk to me. All in all, if you were to ask me to make a list of things that someone new to the furry convention experience should bring, these social tags would be at the top of the list. Well, not exactly at the top, deodorant would be on top, but they'll be right under it. These things have been such a welcome quality of life improvement for people going to cons, where managing your social experience is paramount to how well your convention goes as a whole. Now, instead of doing this awkward guessing game with people, you can present to others in a silent, visual way of how much social interaction you want at any given moment, putting you in the best position to succeed and having a good time at a convention. You can really pace yourself socially, and if you're feeling like meeting other furries, you could put yourself on green. If you're feeling a little anxious or just need to recharge your social batteries for a little bit, you could flip it to yellow. Or if you don't feel like talking to anyone for whatever reason, you could put yourself on red. It's no wonder why these things have become so popular for con-goers in this fandom. They are a quick, easy way to tailor your social experience at a con, allowing you to have as much control as possible of your social experience at a place designed for social interactions. Alright, that's been it. Thanks for Howl again for sending these out for me to check out. I'll leave a link to where you can get some for yourself in the description of this video. So feel free to check those out. Again, thank you for watching.
Well, that was a good video. If anyone liked it, hit that like button. If new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And new videos are coming out in the future on this video. And leave a comment down below. Anyone can leave a comment down below which video you want me to react to, and I will. See you.